You are in support of America invading Nigeria.
100%.
Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government have refused to listen and leaders have not been helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? That's the question I'm asking.
Hold on. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do, and leaders are supporting it in Moses. That will be my annoyance. Why would anybody utter such words? These are things you should frown at. Who brought them into Nigeria? Was Nigeria like this in 1999? Moses, please be sincere to yourself. Who brought them into Nigeria? What are they doing here? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in the Republic of Benin? Please, why are they not in South Africa? You can see, we forgot the genesis of our problem and we are blaming America. Let them come. If that will solve the problem. Since you people don't know what to do, let them come and help us. Look at now, as I'm talking to you now, almost 20 villages have been taken over in Plateau and Benue. Moses, who are those occupying those villages? Are they Christians? The real indigenous of those states are now in IDP camp, and they are the farmers in Nigeria. Can you beat that?
No, Commander. You didn't see them. It's a discipline that is causing problems. Everybody, put your weapon on safety so that you don't fire your friend. Say it, everybody. Yes, Commander. Why is it? You are crying because they kill your regular. That is not the time to cry. Look at me. That is not the time to cry. Good morning, sir. I'm standing here with Sector 2 Commander. The armed helicopter have just come over our head. The instruction I gave them, anything moving, they should engage it because most of my gun trucks are not moving. Like I said earlier, we are with the leading MRAPs and the 3 battalions are fighting and deployed. Nobody is running. But what we have here, I will give you some estimates to guide your good decision, sir. Boko Haram has fired more than 100 mortar bombs at us. They have fired more than 80 to 100 RPGs at us. In addition to more than 8 to 10 gun trucks from every side since yesterday, we have not run. And the soldiers are not misbehaving or disobeying orders. We have casualties. I will come and see you in person on what we need to do. But we are not running. Neither is any soldier misbehaving or running. Sir, if you can look at that, that's one of our MRAP tire that is not run flat, that bullet tore. We have used more than 20 MRAP tires here. That's another one, sir. We have changed close to 250 e-loss tires due to the terrain. This is what we are facing in the Timbuktu Triangle, sir. But we are not running. We are fighting as a system, and we are doing our best to contain the situation and to achieve your mission, sir.
There's a lot of fear and talk online. Some posts claim that certain politicians accused of backing violent groups could be targeted in the coming weeks. That kind of talk makes people anxious, and it can make already tense situations much worse. Today, I want to walk you through this carefully. What these claims mean, why we should be careful about rumors, how legitimate investigations should work, what ordinary citizens and leaders should expect, and how we can push for accountability without hoping for violence. Before we start, please like this video and subscribe. We'll keep you updated with calm, fact-based reporting. First, let's be clear and simple. Talk about assassination, revenge, or threats is dangerous. Spreading predictions of violence can put people at risk. It can inflame emotions, and sometimes it even helps those who want chaos. So I will not repeat or promote violent claims. Instead, we will look at the facts everyone should demand. Independent investigations, transparent legal processes, protective measures for witnesses, and firm public statements from authorities to prevent vigilante inaction. If you agree that calm and law are better than rumors and fear, press like now and subscribe if you haven't. Why do such claims appear? There are a few reasons. 1. When there's anger about insecurity, people look for quick answers and someone to blame. That blame can land on politicians, local strongmen, or business figures. 2. Social media spreads news fast, and sometimes faster than the facts. A short message can become a headline even before police or courts check it. 3. Political rivals may seize on allegations to score points. So always ask, who benefits from the claim and what proof is being offered? Hold that question in your mind as we go on. Now let's talk about the very serious claim behind the headline, that some politicians might be sponsoring violent groups. Allegations like this, if true, are deeply worrying. A politician who secretly supports violence destroys public trust and can cause loss of life. That's why every allegation must be treated seriously by the proper institutions, police, anti-corruption agencies, and independent prosecutors. The right steps are evidence collection, witness protection, charging suspects in court when there's proof, and giving accused persons a chance to answer the charges. This is how justice and legitimacy are built. What must not happen is guesswork. Citizens should not cheer for extrajudicial revenge or try to take the law into their own hands. That only causes chaos. If you see suspicious activity, report it to the authorities, ideally with evidence, photos, documents, names, and be careful about sharing unverified posts. If you can, contact local civil society groups or reputable media to help verify claims. The goal is accountability, not bloodshed. If you agree, type "accountability, not violence" in the comments and smash that like button. Let's also talk about why investigations matter and how they should be done. Good investigations are patient and professional. They gather records, phone data, financial trails, testimonies, and expert analysis. If politicians are truly involved in sponsoring terror, there will often be a paper trail, suspicious transfers, travel records, communications with suspects, and testimony from operatives or intermediaries. Investigators need access to bank records, phone metadata, and secure witness testimony. That requires cooperation from banks, telecoms, and sometimes international partners. The public should demand that these investigations be independent, not led by political allies who might cover up wrongdoing. Another crucial point is witness protection. When people inside violent networks decide to cooperate, their lives can be at risk. Governments and international partners must provide secure relocation, new identities when necessary, and legal immunity pathways, so witnesses can testify safely. Without protection, crucial witnesses may stay silent and cases collapse. This is a technical but vital detail. Justice only works if witnesses can come forward without fearing for their lives. Now you might ask, what about the courts? Courts are central. If investigators collect enough evidence, the accused must be charged, tried in a fair court, and judged openly. Trials must follow due process, right to counsel, right to present evidence, and the court's duty to rule on guilt or innocence based on facts, not politics. Where necessary, cases may move to special courts with security clearance or to international tribunals if there's cross-border terrorism. Courts should also publish redacted reasons for their decisions so the public can understand how they reached conclusions. If you believe in fair trials, put "fair trials now" in the comments and subscribe if you haven't yet. Now, let's look at the role of the media and influencers. Media outlets and social platforms have huge power. They can amplify voices, uncover facts, and pressure officials. But they can also spread rumors or one-sided stories. Responsible reporting means verifying claims with at least 2 reliable sources, identifying the limits of what is known, and avoiding headlines that inflame rather than inform. YouTube channels, blogs, and social pages should show restraint. Do background checks, rotate sources, and avoid repeating violent predictions. If you run a channel, promise in the comments to verify before you post. What should citizens do right now? First, remain calm. Panic helps no one. Second, avoid sharing unverified messages. If a post claims an assassination will happen or that a politician is definitively guilty, pause. Check for reputable reporting. National newspapers, verified broadcasters, official police statements before sharing. Third, support peaceful institutions. Call on police to act, contact your representatives, and back civil society groups demanding transparent investigations. Fourth, if you have solid information, share it with credible journalists or legal bodies, rather than posting raw claims that could endanger lives. Let's address security and prevention. Authorities must respond proactively, increase protection for potential targets, deploy intelligence resources to disrupt plots, and reassure the public with clear communication. If there is a credible threat against any public figure, police should act to investigate and to protect those at risk. This includes high visibility patrols, secure transport for officials, and coordination with local communities to report suspicious activity. The goal is to stop violence before it starts. We should also think about root causes. Many acts of political violence trace back to deeper social problems. Poverty, youth unemployment, weak rule of law, and local grievance politics. If we want long-term peace, we must address these root causes. That means better jobs, fair access to resources, honest governance, and strong local institutions that resolve disputes before they turn violent. As viewers, we should push our leaders to invest in these long-term fixes, not just short, sensational responses. Another important piece is political leadership. Political parties and leaders must speak responsibly. When allegations arise, party leaders should call for investigations and urge supporters to remain calm. They must not weaponize rumors for campaign advantage or call for retaliation. Responsible leadership helps to cool the temperature and to channel energy into lawful processes. If you follow a politician or party, demand that they publicly support the rule of law and reject violence. Say "Leaders for Peace" in the comments if you agree. International partners also have a role, but they must be careful. Foreign governments can help by offering investigative assistance, intelligence sharing, and capacity building for law enforcement. They can also help fund witness protection and judicial training. But foreign actors must not fan the flames with dramatic threats or speculation. Threats of military action or public ultimatums can backfire and create the very instability they claim to prevent. So, international engagement should be technical, discreet, and focused on strengthening institutions. Now, what about those who may feel angry and desperate for quick justice? I understand the pain and frustration. When communities have been harmed, ordinary people want fast answers, but vigilante justice usually leads to cycles of revenge that cost more lives. The wiser path is to demand swift, transparent action from the authorities, to document crimes, and to support legal accountability. Civil society can help by collecting evidence, organizing peaceful protests, and keeping pressure on prosecutors to move cases forward. Let me give you a short checklist you can use as a citizen to respond to such rumors responsibly. 1. Pause before sharing. 2. Check 2 reliable news outlets. 3. Look for an official police or court statement. 4. Report any credible information to authorities or credible journalists. 5. Support calls for a fair investigation and witness protection. If you follow this checklist, you help prevent chaos. I also want to remind everyone about safety online. Don't post the personal details of alleged suspects or witnesses. Don't share images that could identify protected informants. Such behavior can get people hurt and can destroy criminal cases. If you have information, hand it to investigators, not to the public. If you're still watching, please like this video and subscribe. Tell me in the comments which part of this you think is most urgent. Better investigations, stronger courts, witness protection, or political responsibility. I'll read top replies in the next video and make a follow-up. Your voice matters. Finally, let me close with a reminder about values. Our society must choose accountability over revenge, law over chaos, and truth over rumor. If some politicians are suspected of supporting violence, let the courts and investigators do their work. If some officials are complicit, let independent inquiries expose them and let justice follow. But do not wish harm on anyone. Violence begets violence. Only justice and strong institutions break the cycle. If you run a newsroom or a channel, please help amplify calls for lawful investigations and safety measures. If you are a community leader, encourage calm and cooperation with authorities. If you are a citizen, stay informed, verify before sharing, and support efforts that bring perpetrators to justice through courts. Before I stop, please like this video if you found it useful. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the follow-up where I'll compile verified developments, list trusted resources, and explain how to submit tips to investigators. I'll also prepare a short version for social clips if you want to share peaceful, verified guidance.